2018 will mark the 21st edition of the FIFA World Cup. Here to share his memories of the 1958 tournament is a legend of the Russian game.
The World Cup is the pinnacle of football. It features the best players in the world, showcasing their skills. It's every player's dream to play at the tournament.
During the 1950s, Nikita Simonyan was a key member of the Soviet Union's national team, and along with his teammates, the forward travelled to the 1958 FIFA World Cup with high expectations. This was the first time the USSR had competed at the finals, and the team headed to Sweden as the reigning Olympic champions.
In one word, the team spirit was healthy. There was a good atmosphere amongst the squad. Even though we had players from Dynamo, Spartak and Torpedo, there were no problems. We were the national team, and we were one unit. Everyone forgot which club they played for and where they came from. There was only one objective: unity. And of course, achieving the highest goal.
Drawn in a group with Brazil, Austria and England, who they faced in their opening game, the USSR were led out by Simonyan as regular captain Igor Neto had suffered an injury.
A captain, like a coach, is responsible for the result. It's your responsibility to galvanize the team, offer the players support and motivate them throughout the match. There's a saying, you're not a soldier if you don't want to be a general. And you are neither a soldier nor a general if you go into battle without the confidence or the will to win the fight.
Along with captaining his country on their World Cup debut, Simonyan made history when he scored the Soviet Union's first ever goal at a FIFA World Cup.
The goal was the result of the team's effort. It was a team goal. Of course, it's always nice when you just score it yourself without any assistance. But that wasn't the case. I scored because my teammates created the opportunity for me. The goal was as much about them as it was about me scoring it.
Despite taking a 2-0 lead, the match against England ended in a draw. In their second match against Austria, the USSR recorded their first World Cup victory before facing Brazil in their final group game. Played in front of a crowd of 50,000 at the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg, the match featured a then unknown 17-year-old Brazilian who would go on to rewrite the record books.
Playing Brazil was unbelievable. As history shows, it was the first time Pelé played at the World Cup, and it was against us. I think he's the best player in the history of the tournament, but back then, he was just beginning. They arrived with a new formation, which was 4-2-4. They closed off the central zone of defence, which stifled any attack, and used two wide players on the flanks. Players like Garrincha, who performed miracles in that match. And as I've already mentioned, there was Pelé. I remember speaking to Sergei Salnikov, who was a former player, after the game. He came up to me in the changing room and said, "You know, old man, although we lost, that match still made me happy. It was fantastic to watch such great football being played by Brazil."
Though the USSR progressed to the quarter-finals via a playoff victory over England, it would be as far as they went as host Sweden ended their World Cup ambitions.
It's difficult to say whether we should have won it or not. That Swedish team was very good. They were the hosts, they had the crowd on their side, and they played good football. What can I say? That's football.
The tournament may have ended sooner than he would have liked, but even now, over half a century later, it still holds a special place in Nikita Simonyan's heart.
Playing at the 1958 World Cup in Sweden has stayed with me my whole life. No one can take the fact that I played at the finals away from me. It was an honor and an unbelievable experience that's left me with some incredible memories.